In your SharkWaveNews headlines, Cluster Regency dethrones Belgique to capture the 2023 Dance-o-Rama title.
When we need to pull together, we pull together as a family. So that's what I've been doing.
Integration Fete has been moved to Friday. Guild CEAC speaks exclusively to SharkWaveNews.
We are catering also for students who like the parties and a ragamuffin per se. So it's a professional setting and a ragamuffin setting.
Say cheese.
Welcome to SharkWave News on this Monday, the 2nd of October. I am your presenter, Rachel Reed.
And I am Rakib Aparicio. Thank you so much for joining us.
We begin our look at Preston developments with this. The Danes have done it. Cluster regions and dance circles around the competition to capture the coveted Peace Dance-o-Rama title on Saturday.
Cluster representative Tiana Sheetset Henry says her team immediately hit the ground running.
Okay, so as soon as the rubric was sent out, I started planning. Like fleshing out what different categories I wanted. So obviously, I have to start with the traditional for Denmark, and that was the toughest song to find and dance moves to find. But after we figure out that, we just start piece everything together, especially the Arabic. That was a last edition, and it was everything.
Joining Regency on the podium are Clusters Belgique and Vikings in second and first runners-up positions respectively. Peace Dance Arm coordinator Gabrielle Alta Woodburn praises the participating clusters for their strong performances.
This has really set the standard for Peace going forward.
Yes.
What was your favorite moment of tonight's performances?
Seeing all the clusters coming out and performing, it was very last minute. So seeing them come out and working together, being able to see talent that we can use for Culturama, the dance arm,
Meanwhile, with no signs of stopping, Henry shares how she plans to keep Cluster 4 on the Cluster of Clusters leaderboard.
What I've been doing is, building support and building a family life down there. So we don't necessarily be out till 12, 1 o'clock, but when we need to pull together, we pull together as a family.
Turning now to developments on the UWI campus. The student involved in a violence incident Friday, September 29th is recovering well. That exclusive update provided to SharkWave News Saturday by UWI Guild President Omolora Wilson. At the time of writing, SharkWave News understands the student would be released shortly. Meantime, an investigation has been launched into the incident. In a release issued Friday, the UWI Guild Council says it is assisting law enforcement and campus security personnel in their investigations. You are being reminded to remain vigilant and contact campus police to report any incidents at 551-0136. That number again is 551-0136.
Turning now to the UWI entertainment scene. Integration Fete or Inte will be moving to Fridays. That's the word of UWI Guild's Cultural and Entertainment Affairs Chairperson Raina Honnigan. Honnigan provides insight into the decision.
What we're trying to do is giving persons the options. So in our case, here on Thursday, we have more sponsorship engagement for students who necessarily don't like the parties, but whoever will enjoy listening to soft music, engaging with sponsors also, whatever. We are catering also for students who like the parties and a ragamuffin per se. So it's a professional setting and a ragamuffin setting.
The Guild CEAC explains his team overall is focused on enhancing the UWI experience.
Integration of study will stem from the gathering of students who are not at clubs come down to Union and just play games and so forth. So what now we're doing now is having sponsors come in, doing giveaways, product launch, and adding entertainment value and customers and student appreciation for that day.
He also shares his reactions to Inte's return Friday.
Very good. It was a good turnout. Even though the students were late, they were there, they had fun. Even though we had some hiccups for the first night, more to come.
The call for a more concretized response to climate change continues to heat up as global leaders prepare to make their case at the 28th United Nations Climate Change Conference, or COP28, slated for the end of November. Ahead of this, small island developing states continue to play their part in a fight that threatens livelihoods across the region. The conversation surrounding climate change continues to gain traction globally, but especially here in the Caribbean, where a small island developing states are disproportionately affected by the impacts of climate change. The sound of waves against the shoreline has become synonymous with island life, a feature the largely tourism-dependent region boasts of. During the Atlantic hurricane season, however, the waves act as a reminder of island life's fragility. With maximum sustained winds of 185 miles per hour, Hurricane Dorian made landfall in the Bahamas on the 1st of September, 2019. The Inter-American Development Bank estimates Dorian caused some $3.4 billion in damages. A year prior, Hurricanes Irma and Maria devastated several Caribbean nations as they traveled across the island chain. As the warming of the planet continues, storms are not only becoming stronger, they are also more frequent. The US-based National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration in May forecasted some 12 to 17 named storms. 5 to 9 of those storms would have the potential to become hurricanes, with a handful of those hurricanes poised to develop into major storms. As of the end of September, 17 named storms have developed, with Hurricanes Franklin and Idalia being major hurricanes. With another 2 months left to the Atlantic hurricane season, the region is now approaching the time period where the season is most active. Work to mitigate the impact of these storms is underway. Jamaica, along with countries across the globe, participated in International Coastal Cleanup Day on the 16th of September.
In every cleanup that we do, we see a lot of plastic bottles, shoes, and all sorts of garbage being dumped on the beaches, washed up in gullies, washed up in drains. And as young people in our society, we need to sustain our environment, because the more it gets depleted, the hotter it gets.
The narrative surrounding the response to climate change continues to grow and evolve, with an increased focus not only on policy, but also personal responsibility. University of the West Indies Students Today, Alumni Tomorrow, or UWI-STAT Mona, partnered with the Rotaracts Club of Kingston to clean a stretch of the Palisadoes. Several other entities across the UWI Mona space, including students of the AZ Preston Hall and students of the Faculty of Science and Technology, conducted similar cleanups. Their combined efforts aim to reduce the levels of pollution within our waters. More so, they help to preserve the region's marine biodiversity and promote the growth of the region's natural defenses against storm surge, being mangroves and coral reefs.
Young people, you're never too young to make an impact on your environment. This is our country, this is our environment, this is where we want to play, raise kids, everything. So people, please, 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 you have your garbage, put it in the garbage bag. Don't throw it on the roads, don't throw it in the drains. We are the same ones who complain when these things happen. We need to take a stand and make it better.
Redwood says her team has several initiatives in the works to create more opportunities for young people to make a difference.
Turning now to national developments.
One minor has been charged following an incident which resulted in serious bodily harm of another student at B.B. Coke High School Thursday. It is alleged the incident stemmed from an altercation between both boys when the younger of the pair was accused of stepping on the other's shoe. The older student has been charged with assault occasioning grievous bodily harm. The head of the Jamaica Constabulary Force St. Elizabeth Division provided this update Friday.
Following the incident which took place on Thursday at the B.B. Coke High School, one student has now been formally charged for assault occasioning grievous bodily harm. He will be taken to the Santa Cruz Parish Court on Monday, where he will answer to the charges. As it relates to the other student, he remains in the Mandeville Regional Hospital, where he is still undergoing treatment at this time.
The Jamaica Gleaner reports the hospitalized student has since been transferred to the University Hospital of the West Indies to undergo a CT scan. That concludes this evening's broadcast. I am Rachel Reed.
And I am Rakib Aparicio. Stay tuned for our next broadcast and remember, don't let the news swim by.